All right, let's dive into one of the most famous and maybe one of the most misunderstood chapters ever written, Genesis chapter 1. Now, we're going to try and set aside the usual debates for a minute. Instead, we're going to look at this text through a totally different lens, not as an ancient science book, but as, well, as the architectural blueprint for reality itself. Let's go explore it.
So, you know the question that always comes up, right? Is this thing trying to be a physics textbook? Is it an ancient stab at biology? For a long, long time, that's kind of been the main way people have argued about it.
But what if that's the wrong question entirely? What if this text isn't about the material what of the universe, but the structural how and the moral why? What if it's a guide to the very geometry that holds everything together? To see that blueprint, you've got to start where the Bible starts, with a problem. See, before there was order, before there was anything we'd recognize, there was this pre-coherent state, a cosmic question just waiting for an answer. The Hebrew for this is tohu vabohu, formless and void. Now, this isn't evil, not at all. It's more like potential without any direction, existence without shape. It's the raw, unformed clay of the cosmos, just sitting there. And into this formless, dark chaos, the very first divine action isn't a massive explosion or a loud command. It's something much more subtle. It says, the Spirit of God was hovering, brooding, vibrating over the face of the waters.
And this is huge because it shows us a foundational principle right from the get-go. Before God introduces logical structure, he establishes relational presence. The Spirit is like a bridge, preparing the chaos, making it ready to hear the word that's about to be spoken. It's like trust has to come before truth.
Okay, so the stage is set, the canvas is prepped. Now the architectural work can really begin. And the first 3 days, they're not just about making stuff. They're about installing the core structural supports for all of reality. And we start to see this incredible repeating pattern, a kind of triune grammar. You have the source, the Father's unseen will. You have the bridge, the Spirit's relational presence. And now the third part arrives, the form. And it comes through the spoken word. And God said, boom. With those 3 words, the pattern clicks into place. The logos, the word, steps into the void. And what's the very first thing that word creates? Light. But why light first? Think about it. Light establishes the first fundamental axis of reality, what we can call the witness axis. Its whole job is to reflect what is real. Without light, you can't see anything. Truth can't be known, nothing can be verified. God basically prioritizes making reality knowable. And right after that, we get that famous line, and God saw that it was good. Now, good here isn't like an emotional pat on the back. It's a structural certification. It's a technical term. It means the light had resonant posture. It perfectly, one-to-one, matched the Creator's intention for it. It was true to its design. And the next 2 days just keep laying down this moral infrastructure. On day 2, we get the reverence axis, a separation between the heavens above and the earth below. And on day 3, you get the faithfulness axis, solid, reliable land you can stand on, and the remembrance axis, with the seed that always remembers what it's supposed to become. So the foundational spaces are now defined. The architecture is sound. The next phase is all about filling those spaces with order, with time, and with life itself. So on day 4, the sun and the moon show up. But here's the crazy thing. They aren't the source of light. Remember, light already exists from day 1. They are stewards of the light. This establishes the stewardship axis, the call to carry an entrusted weight responsibly. They manage time, not as gods, but as faithful servants. Day 5, this is when the first living souls appear, and their very existence is an exercise in the trust axis. I mean, what is a bird if not a living act of trust in the air? What is a fish but an act of trust in the water? They have to depend on the world God has built for them, and they do. And all of it has been leading to the climax of the creation week, the final masterpiece of the architecture, the one being designed specifically to reflect the architect. And listen to how the language changes here. It's not let there be anymore. It's let us make. This plural points right back to that triune communion, the source, the bridge, and the form, all collaborating to create the one being who will carry their image. So what does image and likeness even mean? Well, the original Hebrew gives us 2 different ideas.
Selim, or image, is the structure. It's the hardware. We're built to be mirrors. But demuth, or likeness, that's the function. That's the software. It's about whether that mirror is actually reflecting what it was designed to reflect.
So humanity's job, our vocation, it's not tyranny. The call to have dominion is the call to be a gardener. It's stewardship. It's about tending and cultivating the world to help bring all its wild potential into a beautiful, coherent order that's in accordance with God's design. So let's just step back and look at the whole thing. Over 6 days, this incredible moral infrastructure gets built, one axis at a time. Witness, reverence, faithfulness, remembrance, stewardship, trust, and finally, with humanity, accordance, the unique ability to bring everything into perfect resonance. But the job isn't done with day 6. The story culminates on the 7th day. It's the capstone. It's the whole reason this entire cathedral of reality was built in the first place. On the Sabbath, the universe achieves what you could almost call a perfect ontological coordinate. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. It means every single axis we've talked about is in perfect one-to-one alignment. Everything in creation is in full, harmonious resonance with its creator. That is cosmic coherence. That is true rest. And that's why Genesis 1 is so much more than just an old story. It's not a fossil to be dug up and analyzed. It's a tuning fork. It gives us the perfect pitch, the absolute frequency of goodness and coherence to which all of reality and our own lives are meant to be aligned. Which, of course, leaves us with one final big question. If this chapter is the sheet music for the symphony of creation, if it's the blueprint for a world in perfect harmony, then the real question for you and for me is, are we living in tune?